2 DWIs, a license suspended, a young woman about to brand herself unemployable with a theft conviction, and a judge who refuses to let bad choices become life sentences. In this courtroom, every word could change a future, and one wrong move could mean...
Rachel, was her machine paid for by us? Herman, I'm going to tell you now. Do you speak English, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to tell you now that if I paid for it and I waived the fee, I'm going to have a problem with this agreement. I'm going to tell you that now.
I paid $500 and I pay a month $50, sir. And I've had it on for like more than 6 months and never got locked out till recently for 1 month barely. I called my probation officer. I called Interlock to let them know my vehicle got damaged.
This is going to be a problem now. Yeah. I've paid for your device the entire time. I pay for every single device just so that we don't have this very issue. You should not be paying 1 penny for this device because I
paid $500 to put it in and I paid 3 months.
don't know what to tell you because it's agency pay.
And then, again, I wasn't here originally, Judge, but it's also because her car got into an accident as well.
Got repossessed. That's the only reason why I got locked
Then
out.
that's why you had to pay because your car got repossessed.
Yes.
They took the device.
No, sir, I paid initially.
No. You have a device in your car.
Yes, sir.
You were supposed to maintain its calibration and go every month.
I did.
I pay for it for you so that you don't have to. If your car got repossessed, hold on a second. If your car got repossessed and they took the device because they took the car, that's on you. I mean, and now they took the device and you were responsible for the cost of the device. Is that what you had to pay for?
No, sir, I paid initially, sir.
It looks like when she first got conditions on February 21st, it was a portable device, it was client based. Then it got switched to a interlock device, but then on March 27th, it was switched back to agency based. So it was client based.
So you must have come to us asking us to pay for it. We did. And when did she get in lockout?
August.
August 10th, but it was under agency pay as of March.
Yeah.
27th.
No, I'm not taking this.
The only reason is it's out of state, and I don't think they've approved the JNS, Judge. It's not good. So that's.
What do you mean it's out of state?
It's out of state. It's a Virginia. The DWI is the first.
18 years ago.
Mr. Hernandez. It's out of Virginia. 17 years ago, the conviction. So I don't think they're going to be able to prove up the second.
I understand. My problem is that she's been in lockout. How long has she been in lockout, Rachel?
August 10th.
She's been in lockout for an entire month.
I understand.
Right. No, you will have to do 3 days as a condition and then we can do the split. But that's,
When would she do that? Because she picked the 3 days so she doesn't lose her job.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
But there has to be consequence to your behavior. You've been in lockout for an entire month. You will be doing a weekend in jail. And I'm going to tell you, that's it. And now here's the other part. I cannot pay for this going forward for you now. How are you going to pay for all this now?
I have a job, sir.
What are you doing now?
I'm a property manager.
How long have you been working at this job? So how is it that you've been working for 4 months, but yet you can't pay for this device the last month?
It's not that, sir. The
Remember,
car got
repossessed.
I've been going to calibration, paying it, everything, sir, every time I go.
And she has Uber,
I've been Ubering every single day for a whole month. I can prove.
I'm going to do it, Herman. I'm not doing a far off 3 days. She's going to have to do it within a month.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you now that if you have any problems with this, you're going to go to jail for a long time. Because now I can put you in jail for an entire 180 days after today. The other thing, this is now 2 DWIs on your record. What happens next? Ms. Hernandez?
It's the third one of the felony.
2 to 10 of the penitentiary. You should never, ever get in a car, even if you've had just a sip of alcohol, even one shot, half of a beer, because the smell in and of itself with your history. Is the theft still open, the felony
Yes, Your Honor,
theft?
my understanding, I talked to Mr. Lipkin this morning, that's already being reset. So
You're not representing her upstairs?
I talked to her attorney though, October 9th is her reset. So, and they're anticipating a dismissal upstairs. And then
Really?
I think it was done, yes, that's my understanding.
Ms. Hernandez Rodriguez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. The offer is they're going to reduce it to a first. You're looking at 180 days in jail, probated for 15 months. As part of the agreement, you will do 3 days as a condition. You will also do a repeat offender DWI education class. You will do 1 victim impact panel. You will have to do what's called a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. You must fulfill all those conditions. No drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal. If you're in a car and you're caught driving and an officer asks you to submit to a breath sample, you must. I now am going to suspend your license. You are not allowed to drive after today.
It's a first, so Judge.
It's a second.
No,
It's
but.
a first. She has bond violations. I'm not letting her drive.
No, but Judge, again, if it's reduced to a first, as long as she takes the DWI offender class, the DPS doesn't suspend her license. It has to be a second for the court to.
I understand.
Is it part of her probation she can't drive, or because?
No,
I don't think-
I always, even if it gets reduced, I always suspend it for a year regardless. She can always apply.
DPS is gonna recognize it though. I understand your position, but I don't think DPS will recognize it as long as you take the DWI offender class.
I suspend it and put it in the system. DPS is going to recognize it. They're going to. I'm telling you, if she's in compliance and she's doing well, I will grant you an occupational license.
Okay, thank you.
But I want to know, well, at least a month,
Okay,
right? She doesn't even have, she's not in compliance now. She's on bond,
yes, sir.
right? I got to know that if I'm going to put my name on a license for her, that she's going to comply. She's going to do what she's, you
Yes,
know?
sir. I understand.
First things first is she don't even have any kind of alcohol device. You have a week to get this device now. If you don't get this device, I'm going to put you in jail for a very, very long time. Do you understand? I am not happy with you, Ms. Hernandez. You should be going to jail today. And it's only because of Herman here that you're not. But don't push your luck.
Okay, pause right there. This is a huge moment. The judge just laid out the real math of repeat DWI offenses, and it's not traffic court territory anymore. Once you hit that second DWI, you're staring down potential prison time, not just probation. And notice how he pivots from punishment to prevention. Never get in a car even if you've had just a sip. That's not drama. That's strategy. He's building a record that she was clearly warned. If she reoffends, there's no arguing ignorance. Let me ask you, do you think suspending her license immediately is tough love or overreach?
Okay, Ms. Walls, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days credit for 3. Why? Why are you pleading guilty to this theft so it can just go on your record? How old are you? You're 24. Do you want to become unemployable?
No, sir, but I'm ready to go back to work, and I can't work with it being open.
Her job said they can't hire her back on with the pending case. Once the case is closed, no matter how it is closed, she can go back to work. And she has a prior out of state, so this isn't just a first offense, Judge. But I explained it.
So you know what happens next time, right?
Yeah, I got court for my other one, October 6th.
Other what?
The theft charge that I have.
You have another theft open now?
Old case from Montgomery County Judge.
I've been arrested for it several times, but they never came and got me. I'm constantly going to my bond company never gave me a court date the last time. They couldn't even find a court date.
How many open thefts do you have? This one and that one? Where's the other one from?
Montgomery County.
Yeah, Walmart, Target, where's it from? Which mall?
Yeah.
Where's this one from?
It's a convenience store,
Yeah, 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
This now makes two. The next one is a felony offense. Instead of days, you're looking at years. I hope you appreciate and understand that.
Yes, sir, you told me the last time.
You don't want a probation to try to keep it off your record?
I mean, I wouldn't mind, but would I be able to, it would be open still?
No. It'd be closed, but you're on probation, but you do a 6-month deferred if you do an anti-theft class, and if you don't test positive, you get out of here, you don't have a conviction on your record. And then, at the minimum, I'm telling you, when you get a theft on your record, you become unemployable. No one hires thieves. No one. You have a job now, but I'm telling you, in 6 months, you're probably not. History is that every single person goes through at least 8 to 10 jobs in their lifetime. What are you doing now? Where do you work now?
I work in manufacturing warehouse.
Okay. Right. How much money do you make an hour? That's a great job. And I'm going to tell you that if you stick with this job, fantastic. But the chances are that you're at some point going to move to another job. I'm sorry? Oh, so quit. You might as well quit school if you're going to end up with a theft on your record. Because you going to school makes no difference when you have a theft on your record. No one hires thieves. Why waste your money in school? Quit. I'm telling you. If you really want to amount to something in this life, having a theft conviction on your record is about the worst possible thing.
This right here is one of the most brutally honest speeches you'll hear in misdemeanor court. A theft conviction may seem small, 3 days credit, case closed, move on, but the collateral consequences, massive. Jobs, school funding, professional licenses. The judge isn't exaggerating when he says no one hires thieves. He's talking about background checks, HR filters, automated disqualifications. And notice the alternative he pushes, deferred adjudication. That's a second chance, but only if she earns it. So what would you choose? Quick guilty plea and done, or probation with the risk of messing it up?
You want to get FAFSA funding for future schooling to become nurse, doctor, whatever? You're not going to get it with a theft conviction. No, they're going to funding just because of a conviction.
I'll discuss with my client, Judge.
If I were you, I would do a deferred, successfully completed, and at that point, it doesn't end up on your record. And you need to also understand in Montgomery County, they're a lot tougher than they are here. So you need to work as hard as you can to try to not end up with a theft on your record.
Would I be able to get the today?
Yeah, I'm cool with it, and that's what I would do. Don't. You're ruining your life. Stop freaking stealing. If it's not yours, don't take it.
Hey, Judge.
Like,
Where have you been? What, am I speaking Swahili?
no, sir.
Where have you been? It's 240 days.
I've been coming in every court, except the last court. I
What are you
mean,
talking about? I have here on 7/24, you didn't appear. We issued a warrant, and now you're back here. Yet,
but I had appeared.
another PR bond?
Okay. Judge has been offered time served, if you want to know on this case. He's been offered time served.
Okay.
This case, I will run it by him and play him out.
Oh, is that what you want to do?
I will talk with him now.
Okay, you let me know. But I'm at the point, we're ready to set your case for trial, Mr. Saldivar. We set cases for trial at 180 days. Your case is 240 days old.
Sure.
It's time to decide what you want to do. I'll have you speak to Mr. Nouri. You tell me. Okay? All right. We'll have you write it up. We'll get it done here momentarily. Good morning, Mr. D.
Good morning, Your
What
Honor.
do we got here?
Mr. Calandria Baker, Your Honor.
Okay.
Solved of a family member case.
What are we doing?
We're doing a deferred adjudication probation.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Baker. Is this what you really want to do?
I wasn't really explaining anything about it. I don't even honestly sign it for it. I just want to go home and go to sleep.
That's not true, Judge. I took Mrs. Baker in the room down in court number 8 and went over all the conditions of probation that was offered by the state. I went over, I had her, she said, I even given her a chance to talk to any family members. She called her
You want
brother
more time?
and stuff.
Please,
I asked her that and she said, no, Judge. I asked her, did she need more time? And she said, no.
Let me ask you this. You're a security officer. Do you carry a weapon?
no, sir, but I was getting ready to get a license for that to transfer jobs.
It's not going to happen with this, you know? You might even lose primary custody with this. I mean, you need to really, your case is
I don't
it's-
decide anything.
Yeah, no. Look, there's no rush. Your case is young and no one's forcing you to do anything. You can have as much time as you need. If you need a month, 2 months, 3 months, I'm okay with it. You have time. You don't have to make any decisions now. I mean, this is not an arraignment setting, right?
No,
And did we do the arraignment just a couple days ago?
yesterday, Your Honor. We did
Yeah.
it right. It was yesterday.
So why are you back here now? Usually we give you time.
Because she had
I wanted
asked
to
me
know.
to talk to the court to see if the court would be amenable to or withdrawing the no contact with the complaining witness who she has a.
Well, now I have a problem with that. I mean, you have to understand, you have this new assault case. Not a year ago, you had an aggravated assault where you slashed the hell out of him with a knife. I have a problem because this case is really fresh and it's open. And the last thing I want is you, under the stress of all this stuff, to get together with this person and then you make some kind of life-ending choice where you end up with a 50-year sentence. That's why we're doing this.
Yes, sir. Can I just explain something to you for a second?
I don't want to talk about the case. You can talk about about kids, yes, but I don't want to talk about the case.
I have 3 boys. I have a little girl. She's 3. As far as me and him with parenting, like I said, we've been together 10 years. We share a car. He goes to work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I work overnight 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So, and I work 7 days a week. He works 6. His only off day is Sunday, but
So if you guys work this much and you barely see each other that much, how is it that we have such problems then?
we were homeless last year.
And you work as much as you work and you tell me you're homeless.
Just, I guess, being overwhelmed and we got into an argument, a disagreement. As far as the description of both arguments, the first case
I don't want to talk about the case. All I know is that you had that
an
prior.
argument that went too far. In the prior case, that was, I take responsibility for that, but I had someone else involved in it because someone was in my house. So I overreacted to that.
What's the next overreaction going to be? A gun?
No.
I know you say
a
no.
girl. I have a little girl. And even this, like being arrested in front of her,
Guilty to this thing. It's just going to make everything go sideways.
well,
It's
I'm
not the right thing to do.
Everybody said not plead guilty, but I'm not for sure what I'm supposed to do after that.
At this time, all I want is you guys to just separate a while and not be with each other. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And you guys together, you fight. And that's what we don't want.
I understand what you're saying as far as that, but as far as my life situation, that's impossible because, I mean, we're a team. Like, And we just moved to this apartment. We just came out of a hotel room and I was in there for a year with my kids.
Before I allow you to have contact with this person, I want to talk to him first. Can you arrange, Mr. D, that we can have,
He's here, Judge.
oh, he's here now?
Yes, sir.
Great. Let's do this. Just take a seat for me for a second. I want to talk to him and then I'm gonna bring you back up. Let me thin the line because they've been waiting. Just hang tight for me, Ms. Baker. Just take a seat over there and then, because we have to do a deeper dive with you. Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir, Judge.
Come on up.
Step on the slide for me.
Thank you so much for coming. She's charged with the assault and it worries me putting you guys together because I don't want you to get the brunt of the attack every time things get hot, anytime she gets upset, and it scares me. And initially, I wanted to do a no contact order, but at the end of the day, who suffers the most? Right. The kids are the ones that suffer because kids need their mom. These are things that you have to consider. The other thing that you have to consider is this, is that, you know what? The kids are like flowers, and they need love, they need nurturing, they need guidance. And if they see violence in a house, they're going to think it's okay. That child, instead of being a flower and growing with beautiful petals, it's going to grow sideways and backwards.
Now this is where the courtroom shifts from criminal case to life lecture. The judge is connecting domestic violence to generational consequences. He's not just worried about this assault, he's worried about modeling behavior for the kids. And when he references cases where parents were sued after their child committed violence, he's making a larger point. Accountability doesn't stop at arrest. It spreads legally, financially, emotionally. The real question becomes, is the court's role just to punish past behavior or to intervene before the next disaster happens?
Just kids emulate mothers and fathers. And if they see the fighting, if they see the knives, if they see they're going to do the exact same thing and they're going to think it's okay. That's why we have so much violence. So my question is this, is that what are we going to do next time you get upset? Because it's going to happen. You can't say you're not going to get upset. How do we handle it so that there's no more violence?
How can we fight?
And the thing, ma'am, Ms. Baker, if you deny it, it's probably about the worst thing because you have to confront it. You have to do it head on because that's how it stops. And that's how you cure it. You confront it head on, you recognize it, and you say, look, kids suck. They're so freaking hard. They're expensive. They argue. They stink. Kids suck. And they're really difficult. But when you treat them right, they come back and they pay it forward to you tenfold because someone's got to take care of you when you're old. And if they hate you because you acted like an a-hole when they were kids, they're never going to be there for you. That's why you treat them with love and respect now for the future. Because I'll tell you what, when you have a kid and when they when they get to their teenage years and they see the way you've been, they're going to bring it back to you tenfold. And hell has no fury like an 18-year-old that's hell on wheels because they can make your life a living hell. And you think it's bad now? That you see the guy in Georgia, that guy that bought the kid the gun and shut up all those people in the school. What do you think they did? Now in today's society, they're not just going after kids. They're going after parents who are unable to recognize how dangerous their children are. The kid in the Santa Fe that gunned down all those people now over there, Dimitri Bergozis or something. All those families came back and sued the parents for letting him have access to a gun. So now, what I'm trying to impart to you is that if you are unable to control yourself and your kids become like you and they go out there and create a public danger, all those people, they're not going to come after you. And you think it's expensive, you think it sucks now, wait till that happens. Are you okay with contact?
Yes.
How can we handle and what do we do if you guys start butting heads again? What are we supposed to do so that she doesn't pick up a new? I'm going to tell you, you pick up a new case. How do we handle it?
I think it's just a misunderstanding.
It's not though. They're choices. A misunderstanding, a mistake is I left my umbrella at home, even though I knew it was going to rain. I left my glass case here at home and I didn't bring it home. That's a mistake. These are choices. They're not mistakes. They're not misunderstandings. They're choices, and they're bad choices because you're here when you don't want to be here. You're spending money that you already don't have. I'm okay with you having contact, Ms. Baker, with him. But before that happens, I need to know that we have a plan in place in the event that you get upset so that either the kids don't get it or, importantly, he doesn't get it either. You need to come up with something for me, showing me how we're going to handle if times get stressful. And we have to figure something out. Just saying, I don't know what I'm going to do. That's not, we need a game plan. You know, perhaps you start doing anger management classes at home on your own so you can learn how to cope with the anger. That would be something. I don't know.
Exercise, very spiritual.
Exercise is great. I run my happy ass 4 miles every day because I have 4 kids too. And my kids are really difficult. And it would really be easy for me to beat them into submission. But for me to work my aggression out, I run every single day. No, and I get it, but here's what I would like. I think that we should do some kind of online anger management class 3 times a week. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And then as long as you can do that, then I'll allow you guys to have contact. No threatening, harassing, or abusive contact. You need to understand what is threatening or harassing is not what you think. I could care less what you think. It's how he perceives. So can conduct alone, if I go like this, is that threatening, harassing? It is. And it can violate this quarter. So, you okay with it? There is still a protective order in place. So she cannot threaten, harass, anything. If she does, she goes back into custody. All right, so we'll do 30 days.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to do anger management 3 times a week, online.
Is it a time for it?
No.
No, okay.
But just, I want a sheet of paper written down showing, date, time, where you did it, so that we can verify it. And I want a daily log of it 3 times a week that you've done anger management classes. And as long as you can do that, then we will allow contact. And then I'm going to have Mr. D get it to me. And I'm telling you now, if you don't, because I'm making that a condition of your bond, I'm going to revoke your bond. Okay. All right, Mr. D.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Aaron.